Former President Donald Trump is vowing to unseal thousands of remaining documents related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Mr. Trump making the announcement after getting an endorsement from Robert F. Kennedy Jr., reigniting speculation about what those documents might reveal, if anything. Joining us live now, Morning in America, we've got Jefferson Morley, veteran D.C. journalist and editor of the JFK Facts Substack, and author of CIA and JFK, The Secret Assassination Files. Thanks so much for joining us on this Monday morning. You are one of the world's foremost experts on the JFK assassination. What was your reaction to hearing Trump's plan to unseal any remaining documents?
Well, Donald Trump could have released all of the documents in October 2017, and he didn't do that. So I take his announcement with a grain of salt. If all the documents are released, that would be a good thing. But I'm not sure that Trump's going to do that. He had the chance to do it before, and he didn't do it. Now, what's in there? There's about 3,500 documents that still contain redactions, and there's more documents that have never been put into the JFK records collection at the National Archives. What we've learned in recent years, in the last 5 to 10 years, is the notion that Lee Harvey Oswald, the accused assassin, was a lone nut, quote unquote, is simply false. Lee Harvey Oswald was a man of great interest to top CIA officers right before Kennedy was assassinated. So what remains to be explained is why that was and what was going on. But the fact that Oswald was watched closely right up to the time before the assassination, that's really now indisputable. So we need to get the rest of the records out. It's welcome that Trump says he's going to do it because people want to know, and that's why people are talking about it now.
Do you feel that this won't actually happen? I mean, you mentioned you're taking this sort of as a grain of salt.
I think Trump's approach to the whole issue is transactional. Will it benefit Donald Trump? In October 2017, he didn't release the records because he thought that was in his interest. So, what will be his interest if he wins the election and if he faces this decision next year? I hope that the documents will be released regardless of who's elected president. It shouldn't be in the hands of the president. It should be in the hands of Congress, and all these records should be made public.
I was reading, your article online talking about this over the weekend. You mentioned online that you think that this could come with some risks for RFK Jr. What risks do you think those are?
I think RFK has, squandered his credibility by, throwing his lot in with President Trump, who didn't release the records before, and whose commitment to democracy is in question. So, personally, I appreciate that Robert Kennedy made this an issue in his campaign. That's one of the things I liked about his candidacy. But Donald Trump associates with Alex Jones, a discredited conspiracy theorist. So, I don't think it helps the cause by aligning himself with Trump.
Okay, we'll see how all of this plays out. Certainly a conversation starter, though, on this Monday morning. Jefferson Morley, thanks for your time and your insight.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.